big problems because of the fact that the management is not actually doing a good job. Because what I've seen is that South African municipalities tend to take overseas policies and try and implement them in South Africa. And if you can look, the two contexts are different contexts. South Africa is a developing country, and therefore if you can take a policy from Europe and try to implement it in South Africa, that would be a big problem. Just like the policies of the SMMEs and some policies like the issue of water. Do you know that water is being outsourced? That was the policy of which was actually being attracted from other countries such as Britain and all those developed states of Europe.
So, from their arguments, you heard when at some point the one was talking while the other hasn't done speaking. So, what does it tell us about the death of August? Looking at their arguments, looking on their manifestos, what is there, what they told us they are willing to do for Makana? Do you see even the surroundings, the Rhodes community's response to their manifestos? How is it? What can we expect on the dead?
I would say that on the third it would be a big day. On the third is not necessarily about the politicians themselves, but it's about the people who are going to cast their votes, of which they think they should vote for. Because the politicians can speak, but the people will actually decide who they are going to vote for, because the polls are going to play a big role. And I think that it's sacrosanct enough to actually consider that the people outside are the ones who've got power, not like the politicians. So I think the people are being visited before votes, after the votes, these people will suddenly dissipate.
Before closing up, there was an issue during our show. The discussion came up whereby one asked, said regarding corruption, and the DA didn't put it clear that part of their manifesto is divided into three principles, and one of the principles is to curb corruption. And also Buthelezi spoke that it's also part of their manifesto. I even stopped him. He said I even stopped him while he was speaking, but it's there, not that they are sweeping corruption under the carpet. So regarding political parties, corruption within political parties and corruption in the municipality, it's just like cancer in our country. So tell me around.
Corruption in our country has become a popular culture.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter which political party is in role. It doesn't matter, because what I've seen is that even in Cape Town, where there is DA, in Joburg, where there is ANC, everywhere there is corruption. Because as I've told you about the policies, who gets the tender is being determined by the politicians. Even though I would come with a nice written tender, but I won't get it because I'm not connected, So the money becomes scattered before it could reach its destination. Because you loved my company that should take the tender, that means I generally won the tender, even though I don't qualify to take the tender. That's corruption.
Thank you very much.
Corruption is not about money, it's about favoritism.
We're going to have to cut you short there. We have reached the end of our show, guys. It is 7 p.m. You are still listening to RR 89.7. Coming up next is the Monday Night Mixtape with Xana Rage and Mob Justice. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys.
That was Zweli Ngongoshe, junior political analyst of